What is up, everybody? Let me switch over here. How's everybody doing? It's so freaking good to see you guys. Even though I've only been away for a couple of days, it feels like fucking forever. It really does. I missed you guys. How are you guys doing? We got we're still doing 2 hours. That's the plan. Still doing 2 hours. I put a little background music in there for you to start. I'm trying to be more like Howard Stern, you know? But can really anybody be like Howard Stern? There's only one Howard Stern, right? Holly's a fan. She's a fan of Howard Stern. Oh God, how are you guys doing? Let me take this off real quick. Jesus. I'll put it on when I need to, okay? Let me say hello to everybody. Let me say hello. Jesus. Do I look too dark? Let me kick up my light a little bit. Hold on. Maybe that. Let's see. Is that a little better? Little better? Little better? Maybe. Let me kick it up one more. Okay, I think that's it. I don't want to go too bright. You know, I want to get the perfect complexion. You know what I'm saying? Why am I doing this with my hands? I have no idea. Hey now. All right. God. Let me say hello to you guys. You beautiful, beautiful fucking people. Dave Vanderhoff. I'm not going to go up the escalator this time. I'm going to try to go down. Arturo Lopez. DJ Jones. Summertime Blues 28. I like that. That's cool. Tom. Holly Klein. My wrench. John Reese. What's up? Jason Reese. What's up, brother? Spooky Empire, man. Are we ever going to get back to it? I don't know. Mikey Weiss. What's up, brother? Got my drink here, ready to go. I got 3 drinks, actually. 3 drinks. Ryan Bozel. I hope I said that right. Boiselli? Is there a little French on there? Berlanger. Reviews and rankings. God, you guys are flying up there now. I can't keep up with you. Jesus. Larry Kramer. Matthew Moochman. So many beautiful people. Oh, God. Let me take a drink. And we'll go into why we're doing a weekend instead of... Mickey, what's up, Mickey? Mickey's back in Killer Flicks. Destiny, how you doing, Destiny? Ashley Morrow. Actually, I just got my package today. My package. It came without packages, boxes of bags. Every time I say package, I think about the Grinch. I don't know why. It came without packages or boxes of bags. And this time, I'll keep it off. Don't you love Jim Carrey? Don't you love him? Erica, how you doing? Man, Stephanie G. God, all these beautiful people. If this is your first Drumdums live stream, welcome, and I apologize. Okay, that's how I pretty much give my introductions because it's so off the rails. It could go anywhere. Chris Snyder, I got some funnies. I'm gonna show courtesy of Chris Snyder and Beth S. I saw Beth earlier. Hey Beth, how you doing? They provided funnies for me this week. I didn't have to. I thank Chris Snyder and I thank Beth S. for the funnies. Okay, I have funnies tonight, by the way. Do you like the funnies? I say that every time. Do you like the funnies? Jesus. All over the place. I got an agenda, though. I do have an agenda. I got my list here. We are going to be talking about the Friday the 13th box set. I'm assuming you guys can hear me because I'm sure... Yeah, because Ashley said she got it. So, yeah, I'm assuming you guys can hear me. I have this... I literally stare at this mask every live stream. It literally sits right here on my stool. I have a little convenience stool, and I have my drinks. I have my Mojo, and I got my Mojo times 2, I guess. My Halloween 6 mask. So, Blood Reds, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Welcome, noobs. Speaking of noobs, Beth set me right up for that one. I wanted to give a welcome to a few new patrons that I got over the last, I think, week. And I wanted to say thank you for supporting what I do. I was literally thinking about buying more equipment that I normally wouldn't even think about buying. But because you guys are so good to me, I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I got this, what do you call it? It's like a mixer. There's this mixer that you can buy that you can plug everything in, your microphone. It's got like 6 buttons, and it would make me more like Howard Stern. And you push the button, and then you can make a noise come out. Kind of like what I did at the intro there. I had like a little noise going in. I kicked my music down to like half the volume as I was talking over it. I was trying to be professional. But anyway, a few patrons that I wanted to say hello and I wanted to say thank you. Jeremy the Wolfman. So now I have 2 Wolfman patrons. I got Wolfman's got Nards, and I got the Wolfman. So and Wolfman, he wants me to review a South Korean film, which I'm really excited for. Gerardo Rees, Cameron Denny, David King. David King wants me to review Inception, which I'm really, really looking forward to reviewing Inception, by the way. Inception happens to be one of my favorite freaking movies. It's amazing. It's one of those movies, though, it's intimidating. It's intimidating to try to review Inception. And I don't want to give you a half-ass review of Inception. So that review might be an Inception review where I review it and then I like wake up in the middle of the review and I'm like down further in the review. So it could be multi-layered. You know what I mean? We'll see. We'll see what happens. James Grimm, who has Halloween the Devil's Autumn, he jumped on the patron board. Ben Campbell, Doug, he's got his Nazul, Doug, Michael, Aaron. I mean, so many great people. Pedro Rivera, Ethan Taylor, Patty Murphy. Louis Zell and Winter Snow Pino. I saw Winter in there. So I just really thank you for all you guys do for me. I appreciate it. It really, really, really helps keep this show going. You know, at the end of the day, it keeps the show going. It inspires me to do the best that I could possibly do. Although I'd probably try to do the best I could do anyway. I mean, that's one of the tips I always tell new YouTubers. Do your best. You know? Are you doing your best? So Mikey Weiss could probably relate to that. This is a guy that lives by doing his best every day. So, yeah. Okay, let me show you what drinks I have. I have my Monster, courtesy of Mikey Weiss. I have a Coke, because when I was in Afghanistan, I kind of got hooked on Coke. And it's horrible. I know it's horrible. But I had a buddy of mine, Redfern. I called him Redfern. Good buddy of mine. And we would have what we called a breakfast soda. But we kind of talked like Pippin from Lord of the Rings. Breakfast soda. Second breakfast. 11sies. They come in pints. Yeah, so we would have a breakfast soda every morning, and I kind of got hooked on it because there's something addictive about Coke, and it's not a good thing. And this stream will be a public service announcement against Coke as I drink it. Okay, know that. And then I got good old high quality H2O water. Okay, which one should I drink first? You tell me, which one should I open first? They're all completely capped, but you tell me, and I'm hoping you tell me one thing, but I'm not going to tell you what I want you to tell me, but you tell me what I should open first, okay? Should I open the Monster? Should I open the Coke? Or should I... public service announcement against Coke. That's what this stream is, okay? Should I open the Coke? Or should I open the high-quality H2O? Okay? This show is just completely bonkers. It's preposterous what's going on right now. There should be riots against what I'm doing right now. This is stupid. It's stupid. Okay? We're gonna do funnies. That's how stupid this show is gonna be. All right? We're gonna do freaking funnies. Jesus. Okay, I see it. Let's run it down. Okay? H2O, and we're not talking about Halloween. By the way, I have to, because I'm kind of a big deal now. I don't know if you guys know that, but I'm a Rotten Tomatoes certified freaking critic. So I one thing I went through, and I actually started reviewing just some random movies, just to get the name out there, get the Drumdums seal of a tomato approval out there. And so I just did some random ones, but one I did was Halloween 6, because I always said if I become a tomato critic, one of the first movies I'm going to put out there is Halloween 6, because it undeservedly has a 6%, which is bullshit. And so with my rating of a fair 7.5 out of 10, a fresh rating, I raised it from a 6 to a 9%. My fucking work here is done. God damn it. Jesus. I had to settle on that for a minute. I had to settle on that for a minute, guys, okay? Because I've been given power now. And if I can be given power, then any of you can be given power, okay? It's possible, okay? Because if you saw my first review, you'd be like, how in the holy living turtle fuck did he ever become a Rotten Tomatoes certified critic? And I just made up a term. I made up a term. Turtle fuck. That's going to be a hashtag, turtle fuck. Okay? I made that up. But let's see what you guys say, all right? I think... let's see. Hold on. Let me see. I saw some Monster. I saw some Cokes. Coke, Monster, Coca-Cola, water, Monster, water, then Coke, Monster. I think you guys are saying Monster. So... yeah, I guess I'm going to go for the Monster. I guess you guys want me to go for the Monster. So, yeah. I'm going to drink I'm going to open the Monster. Chris Snyder said he's going to have a Monster. So, I'm going to open the Monster, okay? Turtle fuck. All right, here we go. Oh, that's good. It's funny that Godzuka, you get a shout out because he tried to say turtle fuck and it hid his comment. So, I'm going to click show. And Mr. Cool 1983, you get a shout out. Christopher, you get a shout out. Show. Yeah. If you say turtle fuck, I'll give you a shout out. Why not? All right, cool. More and Chloe, me and Wham could be a great trio. Man, I love those guys. God damn, I love those guys so much. They inspired me to just really, just not care when I'm doing my thing. When I'm doing these, those guys inspired me to, don't take this shit so seriously. And I think that's what I'm trying to say to you guys. Don't take all this shit so seriously. Sometimes you got to let your hair down. Sometimes you got to get some wham up in you. All right? And that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. Crew members here. Hey, crew member. I was just listening to Kiss Lick It Up. And man, I needed my mojo. So Kiss Lick It Up gave me that boost that I needed. And it's goddamn, it's such a great album. I mean, every freaking song. And I'm going to say this right now. This is Gene Simmons' album, okay? And I normally would never say that. I normally would give all the props to Paul Stanley or Ace Frehley, but Ace Frehley wasn't here. And Gene Simmons delivered the goods on this album. Every song that he sings, it's like he put on a metal glove, and not like real metal glove, even though it probably is. It's like he put on the infinity gauntlet of metal, and then he like took his fist and he closed it, and then all of a sudden, Not for the Innocent came out, and it blew my fucking balls off. Jesus. And there's so many great songs that Gene Simmons just completely knocks out of the park on this album. Also, massive props for Vinnie Vincent. I don't care what you say about the guy as far as his personal life, as far as the dick that he is. I've often been told that Vinnie Vincent, he's selfish, he's a dick, but that doesn't take anything away from his playing. Like his guitar playing, to me, it's just so unique. It's so signature. It's Vinnie Vincent. And he's a very talented writer. He actually wrote quite a few of the songs off of Lick It Up, off of Revenge, off of Creatures of the Night. And I love Vinnie Vincent Invasion. I love the two Vinnie Vincent Invasion albums that I have. I think there's only two. Dave might know this. I don't know if there's a third Vinnie Vincent Invasion, but I know they broke up after Mark Slaughter. So, yeah. Phil's Creepy Videos, great content. Horror Collector here. Hell yeah, brother. Us horror collectors got to stick together, right? I don't care. You call us hoarders if you want, but we'll wear that mantle proudly because I literally get to look. I'm living the dream right now. I get to look at all this collector stuff that you guys have sent me that I bought myself, and it's just I get to stare at horror. I can pull an idea to talk about just by looking over there. Like I'll pull an idea to talk about right now. Bram Stoker's Dracula. I just pointed at it. Let me grab that. Hold on. Bram Stoker's Dracula needs to be talked about, okay? We're not talking about it enough, people. This movie right here, okay? This movie right here. I saw this in the theater, opening night, 1992. This is probably what I would call the best romance horror film ever made, in my opinion. And you give me a few of your favorite romance horror movies in the comments, okay? But this movie, people don't talk about it enough, and I think that's because it's one of those horror movies that non-horror fans probably love. You know, it transcends genres because of a couple reasons. Because of Francis Ford Coppola directing it. Because it had some heavy A-list actors in it, like Winona Ryder, Gary Oldman, Keanu Reeves. Gary Oldman gives one of the best performances I've ever seen in any film, let alone horror. Gary Oldman is a national treasure. Has Gary Oldman won an Oscar? If he has not won an Oscar, then it's a crime. It's a crime. But, I mean, wow, Gary Oldman is so good in this movie. There's one line that always gets me when he goes, "It is no laughing matter." And it just came out of nowhere. Filthy Dan's film discussion, he says, "On the 8th day, not for the innocent, all hell's breaking loose." My goodness, those rock. Rest in peace, Eric Carr. I can't believe I didn't even mention Eric Carr. And thank you, Dan, for bringing Eric Carr up, because Eric Carr happens to be one of my favorite drummers. That's no shit. I love Eric Carr's drumming. He's this little tiny guy, but his playing sounds 10 feet tall. You know, he's just a really heavy hitter. He's ambidextrous from what I've heard, but he's just an amazing drummer. He really was. I mean, if you go from Peter Criss, who I think Peter Criss is a very, very important member of Kiss. I think that era of Kiss needed his style of playing. And I think I guess you could call it the metal version of Kiss in the 80s, needed Eric Carr. And I don't think Eric Carr would have been good in the 70s, and I don't think Peter Criss would have been good in the 80s. So it worked out for Kiss that they were able to fill Peter Criss's shoes, and it was pretty much right around the time when the makeup came off too. You know, I know he had the Hawk makeup on for a couple of years, but then once it came off, he kind of represents the non-makeup era of Kiss. So yeah, thank you for mentioning Eric Carr. Died on the same day as Freddie Mercury. I'm going to read a couple of your comments. You and Dave McCray need glasses. Why do I do need glasses. I really do. Like, I can't see for shit. Doing a lot. Yeah, I do squint a lot, don't I? I think that's just my natural composure, though. Like, I was watching my reviews, and I hate watching my own reviews, by the way. But one thing, and that's one of the reasons why I hate watching my reviews, because I'm like, why are you, I squint a lot in my freaking reviews. And it's like I can't even help it. Here, I'll try to, how's that? Can you imagine if I tried to stay like this the whole stream? I can't do it. That hurts my eyes. I can't do it. But you're right. You're right. I'm a squinting bastard. So I guess I got to live with it. I don't know. Beth, I hear you screaming. Neil Peart is my favorite drummer. Rest in peace, Patrick Holmes. Neil Peart, man, what a legend. What a legend. And his death kind of snuck up on us too. I know in the rock world it was kind of publicized that he had cancer. But for me anyway, and I'm a Rush fan, but I didn't know that he had cancer up until, like, I guess right when he passed away. But man, what a freaking drummer. I mean, Neil Peart, probably one of the most inspirational drummers. Like, every drummer that gets into the instrument eventually hears the name Neil Peart, even if you're not a Rush fan. That's how influential the guy was. So Chris Snyder says Detroit Rock City is one of my favorite Kiss songs. My favorite is probably Love Gun. I can tell you my least favorite Kiss song, just because I've heard it a million times. Rock and Roll All Night. I can't hear that song anymore because I've heard it a million times, and it's just too much. Big G, I'm not happy either, man. We're all not happy. But I would rather it be delayed and we have a proper showing of the movie than it come out and the world still be in turmoil, and it just wouldn't feel right going to a theater that was, I don't know, 25%, 50% capacity. I want to see that movie with a packed crowd. I do. So I'm sad, but I'm still kind of happy that at least we know now. At least there's an answer out there, So, yeah. Filthy Dan, Pearl died on his birthday. Sorry to hear that, man. Now let me tell you guys about. We'll get into the funnies in a minute, but let me tell you guys why we're doing this on the weekend, which I think is kind of cool. Mickey just jumped back into Killer Flicks, by the way. Savini Jason Reviews, check his channel out. Mickey, glad you're back. Sometimes you got to take a break. I completely get it. But yeah. Big shout out to Destiny Faulkner too, man. She is so active in Killer Flicks. She does such a great job in there. She always comes up with great freaking topics and just really, really kind soul. I'm squinting again. You see it? I'm squinting. Jesus freaking Christ. Okay. Bronco Juggalo, what's up, brother? Nice to see you in here. Yeah, screw VOD, man. I mean, you know what? VOD has its place. I do like I just saw this movie. What was that movie I just saw? I reviewed it. The Beach House. Yeah, Jason Smith from Sinister Cinema Reviews, he told me about it. But and I didn't, I was glad that came on VOD. VOD's there for a reason, I think, because I wouldn't want to go and see every freaking movie at the theater when it's, it's not Halloween, it's not the big three, it's not Evil Dead, it's not a movie that I have to see in the theater. And I think that's what's good about horror. There's a lot of horror films that I'm fine with seeing on VOD. So, yeah. And we're going to talk about that box set too, Kyle. New box set will look so good next. Man, I tell you. And Christian Hanna, he was talking about now we need a Nightmare on Elm Street box set. Because the Nightmare on Elm Street box set is so freaking bare bones looking. It's just kind of, it serves its purpose, but it's just kind of boring looking, Especially compared to Halloween and even the previous Friday the 13th box set. I'm going to show you that in a second too. But here's what happened. I jump off base all the time. But let me take a drink. Hold on. All right. So there's a reason A, I am streaming now, and B, I haven't put out content in maybe a week now. My daughter moved. Her and her husband, they got married last year, and they lived in a little 1-bedroom apartment for the last year. And so finally they moved out and they bought this house. And so once they got into the house, they closed, I believe, on, what was it? I want to say like last Monday or something like that. But as soon as they did that, of course, my number one focus was getting my daughter, get all her stuff moved into the house, and then getting everything set up. I had to push this back 45 minutes just because we were literally still at the house setting stuff up. We're getting there. I think we maybe have 1 or 2 more days and then we'll finally be done. But it's looking beautiful. My wife could really be an interior designer. She really could. The work that she does, she just has this really creative imagination, and she already had all these ideas for my daughter's house. She decorated, like if you watch my D-Watch videos, my wife decorated the whole house. She does a really great job. And she when my son moved into like a dorm room, or he got an apartment, he's got like 3 roommates. My wife literally went over there with me, and she decorated his room. She just loves doing that type of stuff. So that's what we've been doing pretty much this whole time, is just getting my daughter set up, getting everything ready. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, it is exhausting. You guys know, you've moved before. Moving is exhausting. It's just, it takes all the freaking. But you guys are my energy. When I sat down, I was like, am I gonna be able to like do this tonight? Am I gonna be able to have the energy to do this? But as soon as I like hit that go live button and I saw all you guys there, that's all I needed. And I was just like, wow, okay. You guys gave me that second wind of energy. Tyshawn Anderson, what's up, brother? Man, me and Tyshawn have been friends for years. Long time. I used Tyshawn on my thumbnail of when I was doing the Halloween 2018 road to Halloween 2018, and I was doing like a Halloween themed I just burped. Holy crap. I was doing a Halloween themed video every night, and it wasn't a review. It was just I wanted to come up with something unique. Like for Halloween 5, I went to this restaurant. And just because the restaurant was like a haunted restaurant, and it had a little bit of that look of like the house from Halloween 5, and so I made it like a vlog. So I was trying to think outside the box for every movie. For Halloween 1, I went and seen Halloween on the big screen. It just kind of timed right up for that, and it was just cool. It was a lot of fun, just going to see Halloween on the big screen. It was awesome. But yeah, but Tyshawn, I did Halloween Resurrection, and I was kind of running out of ideas, and I said, what can I do for Resurrection? So what I did was I gave the power to Killer Flicks, and I said, hey, post a video in the comments, just maybe a quick 30 seconds, your thoughts on Halloween Resurrection. And I got the floodgates opened. You guys freaking delivered. You guys were freaking awesome, and all I had to do was just grab the videos, put it together. And I really liked Tyshawn's video. And so I put him on the cover of the thumbnail. So you can go find that video too. If you go if you type in Road to Halloween, and then put Resurrection or something like that, you could probably find it. I did a playlist too. If you looked at my playlist, it's in there. But it's really cool. Just something thinking outside the box, Why am I'm all of a sudden sounding like I'm from the Bronx, like I'm from the Northeast, You know what I'm saying? My wife's from Connecticut, by the way, so maybe I do get a little bit of that I guess that Northeastern twang a little bit from time to time. It comes out. And when you mix that with the Southern, because I grew up in Mississippi, then it really gets weird. All right. I haven't seen Pumpkinhead yet. So. Oh, okay. And I had some questions for you guys. We're going to talk music tonight, too. We're just going to have fun. It'll be like an AMA, too. You guys can ask me questions if you want. Who knows? We'll do whatever. Let me look at my list here. Let me make sure I got everything. Okay. Do you want to talk about the Friday box set right now, or do you want to do the funnies? I'll leave it up to you guys. Friday box set or the funnies? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? And while you're typing your answer, I'll grab the previous Friday box sets because I have them. All right. So, let's see. All right, here is the you guys ready for the? Oh, I see. It's. I got funnies Friday box set, funnies box set, funnies real quick. Man, right now it's kind of a tie. Box set, funnies. When will you review Bloody Birthday? It's on my list. Dave, I don't have an exact time frame. I will say I will try to get to it. It's funny too because my birthday is actually Wednesday, so I guess I should have done it now. Maybe I will go ahead and I gotta watch it first. You know what? I'll try to get it done by the end of this month. No promises, but I will try to get in honor of my birthday. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll try to get Bloody. I mean, I definitely want to watch the movie. There's so many movies I want to watch, but I'm like, I can't watch it. Like They Live. I'm staring at They Live, and I'm like, I can't watch you yet because that's a movie that I'm definitely reviewing. So when I do a review, I want to watch it like right before, so it's nice and fresh in my brain. I take my notes and everything. So maybe I will do Bloody Birthday before the end of the month, though. That could be cool. Yeah. All right, I'm seeing box set. Let's just do the box set. Okay, let's just do the box set. All right. Let me pull up a picture too. Or you know what? Let's go to the. I tell you, take a drink. Give me like 60 seconds. I'm going over to Shout Factory's site right now, and man, Shout Factory's so freaking awesome. They are really awesome. I'm looking for. Let's see, where's it at? Oh, here we go. Here it is. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna load this in OBS real quick, just so you guys can get a good look at this freaking thing. And I think it. Yeah, it's got every. Yeah. Hold on, just a second. Okay, I have it here. Let me move this around a little bit, and I'm gonna get my chat over here. Yeah, there's my chat. And that, let me grab my chat. Something like that. It's a mess, but we'll make it work. Let me lower you guys just a little bit. There we go. Okay. All right. So going to the website here. I mean, just the thought of having this freaking thing is a miracle in and of itself, anyway. Right? And it completely caught me by surprise, if I'm being honest. You know, we all know about the Halloween box set. That was a complete shocker. But there was a big build up to that. I think they announced that thing at least a good 6 months before it even came out. But this thing comes out in what, October? So that's July, August, September. So 3 months this thing comes out. And from what I was reading behind the scenes, they had been working on this thing for years. And you know, I thought that this you know, this collection right here was good. I thought it was great. But then, you know, let me scroll down so you guys can see what this freaking thing looks like. I mean, the box set alone, the art alone just floors me. Yeah. I mean, can you guys see that? Let me make this a little bigger real quick. Yeah. I mean, look at that. Yeah, the box itself is really just gorgeous looking, and that's kind of what sold me on it. Just because of the art and everything. Now, putting this thing together, though, not as complicated, because it's really just Warner Brothers that owns everything after Part 8, and I believe Paramount still owns 1 through 8. So they only had to talk to like 2 studios to get it. And I know it's like bounced around between Warner and Paramount a couple times. So, but man, I mean, it's just beautiful looking. And you know, Friday, it's just one of those franchises too that's like, just in terms of like fan art and just, you know, cover art and all that stuff, I don't know, it's just one of the most interesting franchises. You know, you can have a lot of fun with it. Jason Voorhees visually is just such a cool looking killer. So I think that's part of the reason why Friday the 13th is still so viable, because of how fun the movies are. And I said this in like one of my on the Patreon extension. We were talking about Friday the 13th, and I stated that Friday, because I think somebody was posting if you like a certain movie in the franchise, if there's a movie you don't like in the franchise, and it's one of those franchises, even the worst movie I can throw in and have a blast with. You know, they're not to be taken too seriously. It's not like Halloween where it can get dark and mysterious. And no, it's one of those franchises. It's a popcorn horror slasher franchise. You know, it's creative kills, it's TNA, it encompasses everything that you want in a slasher movie. That's what Friday is. And to me, it's an easy formula. You know, I don't think it's that hard to make quote unquote good Friday movie, you know? Whereas I think like a property like Nightmare, you can fuck that up. You can get, I mean, because Freddy's a very layered character. And if you get that character wrong, then it can cause a ripple effect. If you get the characters wrong, it can, but Friday, it's very basic, you know? It's characters that you don't really have to dig too deep into. They're just there to be killed by Jason. And, you know, to me, I don't know if Sean Cunningham, I don't know if he even realized that he was sitting on a gold mine because of how simple it was, you know? But let me switch you guys back over here. I do have a super chat coming in, so I don't want to miss that. Hold on. So let me kick back over here to the super chat. Uh-oh, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Mitchell Kindly. Lee, any opinions on Stephen King and Blumhouse making the new Friday the 13th? Now, the only thing I know about the connection between Stephen King and Friday the 13th is that Stephen King wrote, like, he was going to write a novel or something like that, and it was going to be about Jason, which completely came out of left field. Like, what in the hell? Where did this come from? Stephen King's an amazing writer, so of course I would welcome that with open arms. I mean, just the thought of taking the character Jason and throwing it in a Stephen King type world, there's a lot of great possibilities there. So yeah, I'd be completely for that. And it shocks me that Stephen King even cares, you know, because I mean, like I was just talking about, Friday, it's a very basic type of slasher franchise. You can laugh at it. You can poke fun at it even. And it doesn't really taint the franchise because that's what it is, you know. And we're all there along for the ride, you know. It's like we get the joke. They get the joke. It doesn't matter. So it's cool, though, that somebody like Stephen King obviously is a fan of the franchise if he's willing to take the time to actually write a book centered around Jason. Now, I don't think that's a plan now. That's something that he had thought about years ago, and he just scrapped the idea. Now, if you know any more information than I do, I don't know if that's something that they're pursuing now. I don't think Blumhouse is even in talks to get Friday the 13th, although I wouldn't put it past them to try to get Friday the 13th. And I guess that's a question I have for you guys too. Like, what do you guys feel about that? Would you be okay with Blumhouse getting Friday the 13th? Because I think there's pros and cons to that. Pro being they're an established studio. They have the money. They have the backing. So they have the ability to put in the budget for a good Friday the 13th movie. You know? On the bad side, you don't want Blumhouse owning every freaking property. I mean, didn't we go through this with Platinum Dunes, 10 years ago? Everybody was worried that Platinum Dunes was going to get every property. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of half and half because, I mean, Blumhouse is just the umbrella, right? They can hire anybody below the umbrella to produce this thing. So that doesn't mean you're going to get a bad Friday movie if Blumhouse. I mean, Blumhouse did Us. Am I right on that? Yeah, Blumhouse did Us, and Us is a, arguably phenomenal film if you ask me. So you give me a studio that has the backing, that has the money, that has all that stuff to make the movie, let them do it, Because one thing that is cool about Blumhouse is they're not afraid to let filmmakers go off and do their own vision. I mean, that's what happened with David Gordon Green in Halloween. They didn't really step in too much. They gave him the freedom to kind of do what he wanted. So, I don't know. I guess I wouldn't be against it. I got some super chats here. Let me go up here. Hold on just a sec. I don't want to miss these super chats. It's a good question, though. Good question. It looks like from some of my patrons, too. You guys are so freaking sweet. Man, I would drink a sweet tea with you guys. I really would. Let me take another drink, and I'm going to answer Brett Stewart's question here. Okay, Brett Stewart, he says, thank you for doing a weekend live stream for us tonight. By the way, do you guys prefer like a weekend live stream, or do you like the Thursday night? Hope for a live stream Friday the 13th ranking. I was actually thinking about doing that, like you did for Halloween soon. Hashtag turtlefuck. Yeah, Friday's definitely coming next for top 10 favorite scenes in the Friday. Or I guess it would be top, what are they, 12 movies now? So it'd be top 12. And I'd probably throw in a 13th one because you kind of have to. But yeah, because if we did a Halloween one about a month ago, and I was wanting to do one tonight, but I thought, you know what, we'll just talk about the box set, and then I'll plan, maybe, because isn't there a Friday the 13th? Is it October the 13th when this thing comes out? Is that a Friday the 13th? Maybe we should save it for that, although I'm kind of itching to do it. So, I don't know, maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll do it this Thursday. We'll see. Okay, Erica, bro. She says, I hope I'm saying your last name right, Erica. Let me go down so I can read the whole thing. She says, I'm so torn on buying it. Jason is third on my list of the big three, but I don't have box sets of the others. Hoping we'll get another box set, Halloween box set. And that's a good topic to discuss, Erica, because we're not all, well, I guess we're all collectors, but maybe we're just, everybody has their own niche in collecting. And some people, they don't have to have a box set. Some people, they just want to buy individual releases. And I could give you Star Wars as an example. I don't care to buy that freaking the Skywalker Saga 9-disc set or whatever it is, just because the extras just aren't that great. I don't really like having a box set that's like in this big case, and it doesn't have individual Amaray case releases. And I already have a Star Wars box set, so I'm kind of with Erica. There are some box sets that I just don't have the desire to buy. I have to be super passionate about this. The thing that made me have to jump on this is because I am a big fan of the big three. I love the Friday franchise so much. And if it would have been like something like this, and somebody sent me this, and I love this. This is beautiful. I mean, it's just a booklet style. This is I believe the DVD set. I might not have jumped all over this, but because Scream Factory released those images, and there's some new features which we'll get into that I freaking love about this set, I had to jump on it. And it's a similar set in terms of packaging to the Halloween one. And to me, just seeing those two sitting next to each other, I get goosebumps just thinking about it. But Erica, it's a question. Like if you already have the box set, or if you're satisfied with the movies, you might not be an extra features type person like I am. Like I really eat up bonus documentaries. That was part of the reason I jumped all over this, besides the amazing artwork. But there's a couple cool things in this Friday box set aside from that freaking amazing artwork. Also, I will tack on to that. I mentioned this in, I believe, the last live stream before this thing was even announced. We were talking about that Halloween box set, and I said, if you are even thinking about getting this, if you're 51%, or even 32%, 33, 34%, something like that. If you think you might regret it, that's the key right there. If you feel like you might regret that, go ahead and pre-order it. And here's the thing. Here's the insurance for you. The set comes in. You decide, you know what? I don't really need this. I feel like I made a mistake. You can sell this and probably double your money. So to me, it's like it's a win-win either way. That's the way I look at it. But yeah, I mean, it's a decision. It's expensive. So I mean, Erica does bring up a good point there. I had another super chat. Winter Snow Pino, another one of my beautiful patrons. She says, Lee, have you seen the French horror film Inside, made in 2007? I totally recommend. My personal favorite French extremity horror film. You'd love it. I have heard about Inside so many times, and I actually have the Blu-ray, but unfortunately, the Blu-ray doesn't have the original French audio on it, which drives me crazy because I don't want to watch a dub. If it had the subtitle, that's what it is. I think it has the French audio, but it doesn't have the subtitles or something like that. And I hate American dubs. I cannot watch a foreign film with an American dub. It just drives me nuts. I want the original actors. And I know there's exceptions, like Italian horror. You're gonna get a hodgepodge of actors, and you kind of have, it's kind of adds to the flavor of it. But when you got the whole movie, who's, you know, a different person acting out the parts, and it just, you're not getting as good of a performance. So yeah, so I need to order the Blu-ray and get the actual version that has the subtitles. I'll look at my version. I know there's something wrong about my version, because I threw it in. I was going to watch it one night, and then I was just like, oh god damn it, I can't. I have to watch the version with the foreign language with the subtitles. You give me that, I'm happy. That's what I want to do. So, but I'm really curious about Inside for sure. I can't wait to watch Inside. Actually, looking forward to that one. So, very good question, Winter. That is definitely coming though. And I think that's, I got another super chat here. Ronnie Den says, Jason Goes to Hell is already uncut on VHS. It is. It's uncut on DVD. But I want it uncut on Blu-ray. That's one of the reasons why I'm getting this set. And I guess that's a good segue into why you might want to get this set. Because you don't have to get this set, okay? If you have this set right here. Let me pull this up so I can see. Okay. Yeah, if you have this set right here, I think you're fine. You know, you don't really need to get this. I didn't need to buy this set. This is beautiful, and luckily I had Kane Hodder sign mine, so there's no way in hell I'm going to sell this thing. But I mean, this is a very well put together set. There were some complaints about the set when it first came out. I remember on Blu-ray.com because of scratches, and I'll definitely look at that. Kane signed that one too, actually. But this is a beautiful set. You know, you got pictures from every movie in here. And one thing, though, that people were complaining about was the discs. When they pulled them out, they would get scratches on the disc. Luckily, I didn't have that problem, but it was an issue for some people. But, man, I just love the way this the booklet looks. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. And there's Deborah Voorhees right there. So, yeah, I mean, this is fine. It's got everything you want on it. It does not have the uncut version of Jason Goes to Hell. And for a few of the movies, you get 2 movies on one disc. You know, they took some shortcuts there. And I believe this set, you get a single disc for every movie. And then for Jason Goes to Hell, not only do you get the uncut version, but you still get the theatrical version in 2 separate discs. And one of the big things, and there was a little confusion about this, was the Friday the 13th Part 3. Finally, we are getting an actual real 3D version of Friday Part 3. And a lot of people got excited about that, but we're kind of 5 years too late, because a lot of people out there, a lot of you guys out there that might have had 3D TVs, you might not have them anymore. Luckily, I still have my 3D TV. That's the one I used to do a lot of my D-Watches in Georgia on. I still have that TV. I still have some real 3D glasses. I actually have a real 3D version of Friday Part 3 that someone sent me years ago. It was a file. They sent me a file, and basically they created it themselves. They took the DVD release and a Blu-ray release, and just so happened that those 2 releases, one of them was the left eye version and one of them was the right eye version. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think that's how they married it up. And so it's pretty much a real 3D version. I've watched it, and I mean, it's definitely 3D. I mean, it's right there in your freaking face. So it was a really good job. So it's going to be cool though to get the official version of it. Now let me know in the comments too. Is that something that you guys want? Is that like a selling point for you guys to finally have the 3D version of Friday Part 3? Let's see. Don Morton says, an absolute crime, well said. Oh, what is he talking about? Hold on. Jeff Jenkins says, my line of thinking is it's $10 per disc. Right now is the cheapest I'll ever be, and for some reason I do not own most of the films. Also, I am a sucker for bonus features. I'm right there with Jeff. If it's movies that I love, especially those old catalog movies, then I have to. If there's a new documentary, I got to jump on it. You know, if it's Halloween, if it's The Exorcist, if it's Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, all those classics, and especially movies that are those deep cut type movies, like say like Alice, Sweet Alice, that just came out with this like Arrow release. I got to jump all over it. You know, I mean, you could look at the producer's cut of Halloween 6 as pretty much a big bonus feature in and of itself. I mean, that was my holy grail of Blu-ray once, or just DVD once, for almost 20 years. So yeah, I'm big into bonus features if they're substantial. If they're just quick little vignettes that are like 10 minutes, maybe not so much. But I mean, you know, and I'm not like that for every movie. You know, there's a lot of properties that I'm not that big on. But those are the two big selling points. I can go over here and I can go through the list. And I can kick you guys back over here, and I can read through some of the features. I might not read all of them, but you know, just to give you guys an idea of what's on there. So yeah, exclusive Shout Factory offer contains Friday the 13th collection 16 disc Blu-ray set, 16 discs, slipcase. I mean, that slipcase just freaking gorgeous. Now this is the version I ordered. Limited edition 24 by 36 Friday the 13th poster. I believe, is that the lithograph? Comes with a lithograph too. Yeah, there's the lithograph. And they actually made more. Let's see. Originally we set aside for 1,313 posters and lithos. Now they kicked it up to 7,000. The demand for this box set really surprised the hell out of Shout Factory. They didn't realize how feverish the demand for it was when they first announced it. And then they go through all this, you know, and I'll just kind of scroll through here. I'm not going to read it all for you guys, but this is just what you get on every disc, you know. And you know, there's some new stuff here. There's a lot of new stuff here. Vintage Fangoria magazine, BD-ROM new to the set. I don't know how you feel about a BD-ROM. Radio spots, TV spots. A lot of these are getting new 4K scans, which is really nice. And this is for part 3, in 2D and a 3D version. Disc 5, Final Chapter. New 4K scan for Final Chapter. That's big for me. New audio commentary for part 5 with Deborah Voorhees, Melanie Kinnaman, and Tiffany Helm. If you want to check out, I did a commentary with Deborah Voorhees when I had Scream Stream. We actually did a commentary with Deborah Voorhees, and it was pretty damn cool, actually. I mean, I think that was my first time having a celebrity on my stream, and it was just so freaking cool. It was really cool. And you know, she went through the movie, so you can find that too if you look, you know, type in Deborah Voorhees Friday the 13th commentary Drumdums, and you'll find it. But we had a blast. Part 6, new audio commentary with Tom Matthews, Vinny Gustafaro, a lot of the cast members, CJ Graham. Now, New Blood. Here's the thing, man. New Blood, they will never, ever see the uncut version of that movie because from what I've heard, it's lost. All that footage is gone. It's lost. Never to be seen again. It's a crime how much that movie was cut. But, I mean, I guess on the flip side of that, when I saw it back in the theater back in the day, I still had a blast with the movie. And I wasn't really thinking about, ooh, that was cut. I still was just having a blast with the movie. So if somebody never told me that it was cut, would I have noticed? I don't know. When you watch, you can definitely tell that there's a lot of cutaways. Got a super chat. I will get to that here in just a second. Jason X new interview. So there's a lot of new stuff on this commentary, this box set, guys. Nothing new on Freddy vs. Jason. Bonus disc. New interview with composer Harry Manfredini. Location featurettes on parts 1 and 2. Yeah, a lot of great. I mean, this is a lot of great stuff, guys. A lot of great stuff. So let me kick you guys back over here. And let me go get this super chat. All right. Hold on. Yep, Holly kicking ass in there. My wrenches. Beth, thank you guys for all you do in there. I appreciate you guys. You guys always keep me on my toes. Let me go up here. Ronnie Den. Let me go up a little bit more and see if there was another one. I think there might have been another one, but I'm not sure. Okay, so Ronnie Den, he says, I had part 3 in 3D on DVD. It came in a flimsy 3D glasses and hardly worked. It's from 2008, maybe. Decent watch. Yeah, what you're talking about is the what is it called? I forgot what they called the red and the blue 3D. It's really crap 3D. It's horrible. It hurts your eyes. Anaglyphic, I think that's called, or something like that. I don't like that 3D. I have that version too. This is the first time we've ever seen the actual real 3D version. You know, like 5 years ago when 3D was big and you had all these, you know, real legit 3D releases coming out, and you watched it and you had a blast with it and it looked amazing. You know, very like a Avatar. That's a good example. Avatar has a really great 3D production. That's why I kept my 3D TV, to be honest. I like having a 3D collection. I have quite a few 3D movies, and I like having that because every now and then I feel like I might want to throw in a 3D movie. Especially horror movies are so fun for 3D. Like My Bloody Valentine 3D, that is such a fun-ass experience. It just adds to the experience of the movie. It's a great movie on its own, but man, you watch it in 3D, when that freaking shovel goes through the actress's, the front of her face, and her face like slides down the shovel, and it's like, it looks like it's sliding right on top of you. It's great. Let me get this next one here. Hold on. Did I miss one? Yeah, Mitchell Kindly. He says, Lee, how is your daughter doing? Is Roller Skate Skinny, your wife's book, doing well? I hope so. How is little Levi doing? Yeah, the book's been doing great. I haven't really. I will say my wife's got some other stuff cooking. She is pretty much. She's been writing pretty much in our entire marriage. And Roller Skate Skinny is the only book that she's published. She's actually written, I want to say, like maybe 5 books in the years that we've been married. And we've tried in the past to get some stuff going. It's tough. It's a tough market to get out there. But I will say Roller Skate Skinny's been doing really well, actually. I still get DMs from people from time to time saying I really enjoy the book. It's great. I got some stuff in the works that I can't legally even tell you about that I'm trying to get going with the book. I will say, and I'm trying to be very, very, very careful here. I guess what's the best way? I'll just say it's a really good story, and the idea of having this story as a movie, I think it would be a home run. I really do. If you haven't read the book, I suggest reading the book because it's got like a Gone Girl type feel, like a David Fincher type feel. You could completely see this as like a David Fincher type story. And I could really, just the idea of seeing this on the big screen, I would really just enjoy seeing this fleshed out as a freaking movie. That's all I can say. All right. I want a 4K of Jaws 3D. Let's make that happen. Yeah, I'll definitely take that. And Beth, speaking of Jaws, I literally just watched Jaws 4K with my son. I'd been saving it for when he was going to come visit. He came to help move my daughter, and we went and saw Empire Strikes Back on the big screen, which was so freaking fun. And that was the first time I've been to a theater in, I guess since The Hunt. What, 3-4 months? Yeah, crazy. I agree with Will Greedo there. Jaws 3 is definitely 100 times better than Jaws 4. I don't know about 100 times, but yeah, it's definitely the better movie. For sure. Man, you guys just make this like so easy. Okay. I think, did I answer all of his questions though? He had another little Levi's doing great. Little Levi's doing awesome. My daughter is tickled pink with her new house. She's so happy. So yeah, I had to literally break away today and to come home to walk Levi and feed him. But some of you guys have dogs, and isn't that like the best feeling when you come home and your little doggy is like at the end of the bed, or you might have a big dog, and they just lick you to death. And Levi's got this thing though, like when he puts his snout like right in your face, he won't lick you. He'll literally just put his snout like right here at my nose, and he'll like sniff me like, and you're lucky if you get a lick. It's weird. But then when you snuggle with him, because Levi sleeps with me at night. I don't know if you guys know that. When I lay down to go to sleep, there's me sleeping right here. My wife sleeps right here. Levi is right here, and he's in my nook. And sometimes he wants to lick my forearm. That's when he starts licking, is at night. It's weird. That sounds gross. It's getting weird. Texas Chainsaw Massacre box set. I would jump all over that. Can you imagine the artwork possibilities on that? Oh my God, that'd be great. But yeah, Aaron Click, man, Jaws 4K this is the best by far that Jaws has ever looked. And the Blu-ray looked damn good on its own. But this was exactly what this is like demo material for 4K. This will sell a 4K set. Just throw in the Jaws 4K, because man, it's not just like the colors and everything, but it's just like the depth. Like there's like a depth to the image. The blacks are deeper, inkier. It just looks so much brighter. Like Roy Scheider literally looks like he's standing behind my TV. It was crazy, and I really enjoyed it. The sound, like I have a sound bar, and my sound bar can only handle what's thrown at it. And man, that freaking, I don't know if it's I'd have to look and see what the presentation was, the audio presentation was, but man, like when Quint is being eaten by Jaws, like you could almost feel Jaws' teeth like biting down in his stomach. It's crazy. I've never watched Jaws like this before, and I've seen it in the theater, actually. I've seen it twice in the theater over the last few years when they did it for Flashback Cinema. Crew member says, did you know they actually filmed a nude sex scene in Friday the 13th Part 2? Then Paramount found out the actress was underage, so it was deleted. Oh, wow. I think I know who you're talking about. Well, no, that was a sex scene. It wasn't really a sex scene, but it was the shish kebab kill. I wonder if that's the actress you're talking about. I mean, because there's a lot of nudity in Friday the 13th Part 2. Kirsten Baker? Yeah. So maybe that's another reason why they cut it too, is because they didn't really need it. There's a lot of nudity in Part 2, actually. Doug says, what's interesting is Roller Skate Skinny was an Irish band as well, that had Keith Shields of My Bloody Valentine's brother in it. Oh, that's awesome. That's a coincidence. I will say she got the idea of the name for the book from Catcher in the Rye. Catcher in the Rye, there's a line in the book where it says Roller Skate Skinny. He's talking, and I haven't read the book, but that's like one of my wife's favorite books, and so she loves the book so much that she took the title out of that book. So because the title really doesn't have much to do with the actual book that she wrote herself. But it's just a really, it's a catchy title. It's cool. Sandy from Part 2 was underage. Which one was Sandy, Holly? I can't remember which one was Sandy. Antonio says, Lee, to be honest, I would have rather had seen the National Lampoon Jaws 3 Zero. It just sounded like a more interesting movie than the one that... No, I completely disagree. Because I think it would have just thrown the franchise completely off the rails. Say what you want about Jaws 3. Yeah, it's gimmicky. Yeah, it's cheesy. But it's still... it's still in that plot line. It still has the same characters. It's not like one of those meta movies. It doesn't step outside that. And sometimes that can work, but when you're the third movie in a franchise and you do that, you can get yourself in trouble, I think. Shishka Bed, yeah, that's okay. I thought I'd heard that she was underage. But she actually did do a scene, but they didn't really show anything. So good catch on that one though. Filthy Dan. Yeah. Will Greedo says, or Grello, sorry. Will Grello says, have had the first box set on Laserdisc for the first 4 Friday movies, and on the back of part 2, it has a still of the cut scene in part 2. Really cool color still. That's awesome. I'll have to look that up. That sounds cool, actually. Man, this is flying. We haven't even gotten to funnies yet, guys. Jesus. Beth S. says she's a Jaws 3 fan. Saw that one first as a kid. I think the first one I saw was the first Jaws. And, or it might have been Jaws 2. I might have seen Jaws 2 before I saw Jaws. But I do remember I saw Jaws 3 shortly after it came out. I didn't see it in the theater because I was still too young. But I guess I wasn't too young. It was a PG movie. But yeah, I saw it on I think it was a VHS. Or maybe I saw it on cable. I don't know. But I always enjoyed Jaws 3. I don't remember ever not liking Jaws 3. I knew what it was. But again, it had Mike Brody, it had Sean Brody. I like that it carried forward the Brody name and all that stuff. And I don't know, it was fun. One thing about it though is you don't see the shark above water, I think, at all in the whole movie. Most of the shark violence is underwater, which is kind of interesting. Christian Hanna, what's up, brother? There's the boss man, Lee. Where's my nightmare? Dude, I literally talked about you earlier. And your comment about the Nightmare box set. I was literally talking about you. So, there you go. I'm almost finished with the Monster, but I'm going to open the Coke. Because anything can happen. Anything can happen in this place. Man. All right, we got to do funnies. Hold on. This might be the fastest that one of my live streams has ever felt. Like I'm looking at the clock and I'm like, Jesus, I only have like 45 minutes left. Where did the time go? It just flew right by. Believe in the hype. Nightmare and Friday franchises revisited. Yes, both are happening. I did a Friday the 13th, the first movie, sort of revisited. I had Deborah Voorhees on that video with me, and we pretty much it was more of a discussion, and we talked about women killers in movies, and we talked about like the psychology of Pamela Voorhees and all that stuff, and it was a lot of fun. And I called it Revisited, but it's not really a revisited review, a Drumdums revisited review in the traditional sense. So I will definitely go back. I'm planning on re-reviewing all the Friday the 13th movies. I've already done part 7. I did part 7 because John Carl Beekler passed away, and I wanted to do something special for him. And I'm happy with that review. I think I pretty much said everything I need to say. So 7's already in the can. So now I got to go back and I got to do all of them. Okay? And I'm definitely going to do it too. Because I think it deserves it. I think that franchise deserves it. And Nightmare, I think I'm going to do that one too, because I think I only scratched the surface. Plus, this was like in my first couple years of YouTube. Okay? So it's the big 3, of course. I've done Halloween. Now it's time to do Friday and Nightmare. Okay, and you know what I think my goal is? I'm gonna try to get both franchises done in 2021. 2021 will be the year of Friday and Nightmare Revisited. Okay, my goal is to have both franchises entirely done in 12 months. So, no promises, but I'm gonna try to make it happen. Thank you for asking. All right, it's time for funnies. Let's go. I need some intro music for funnies, okay? Can you hum like some your own interest music in your head? All right, hold on. Let's pull up the funnies. Here we go. All right, here we go. We're at the funnies, and this edition of funnies is brought courtesy of Beth S. and Chris Snyder. They stepped up. They said, hey, I got some funnies that I think you'll dig. And I happily thanked them. You guys are freaking awesome. And what better way to start out than have The Exorcist? And does this picture make you want to dance? It makes me want to dance, It's just got a vibrant feel to it. I wonder what movie that's from with Linda Blair there. The not the Exorcist version, but the other one. I'm wondering what movie that is. I don't know. And by the way, do you guys love Savage Streets like I do? Because I freaking love Savage Streets. Like that movie. Oh my god. Let me grab that Blu-ray. I literally have that Blu-ray on display. I freaking love it. Ronin Flicks is such a glorious sight. I mean, just look at that. Savage Streets. I mean, oh god. I had so much fun with this movie. It's more of an action, like a dark action movie than it is a horror movie. But man, you talk about, if you want like interesting, like psycho, crazy characters, look no further than Savage Streets. God damn, this movie's just so fun. And these guys are completely insane. Like, they're the worst type of asshole, douchebag, toady leader guys that you could possibly imagine. But yeah, man, I thank you, Beth, because I wanted to start off with that picture. I think that's an awesome picture. Glamour shots. Thank you very much. Like, glamour. I was wondering why that, like, the lasers in the background. I was like, where have I seen that before? It's glamour shots. Remember glamour shots like in the 80s and 90s? You'd go to like a friend's house and you'd see like a glamour shot of your friend's parents or somebody like that, or maybe even like their sister. And glamour shots were always like the weirdest looking thing. You know, there was just something off about them. It was just strange. Glamour shots. By the way, did I show off this t-shirt? Evan Thompson sent me this. It's the Change, the Bill Bixby. And he's got the eye. Oh man, I just love this freaking t-shirt. Incredible Hulk, guys. Come on. All right, let's move on. We're going to the next one, okay? Don't you love the funnies? Man, I freaking love the funnies. We have a good time. All right, here we go. Next one up. I don't even know what it is. We're going to be surprised together, okay? I just got them lined up for you, okay? Boom. There we go. Don't you love those freaking Keanu Reeves memes? I mean, this might be one of the oldest memes out there. The Keanu Reeves meme. Like, I can't remember a time before the Keanu Reeves meme. You know? What if new horror movies suck to make people watch the old ones? What if the whole thing is a conspiracy? You know? Haley, you watched Dead of Summer yet? Ghost of John Lennon. No, sir, I have not yet. It is definitely on my list. Dead of Summer. I'm definitely curious about that movie, though. For sure. Thank you very much. I'm trying to remember what was the premise of Dead of Summer? I can't remember. But yeah, that's a good question. Dead of Summer. Man, I have a freaking pile of movies that I have to watch. Oh my God. Here's a hint for you. I'm doing a review for a non-horror movie coming up real soon. 8 Mile. It's a patron request. And 8 Mile happens to be a movie I love. That's a great movie, actually. So I'm looking forward to that one. Yeah, 8 Mile. Excellent. Winter Snow Pinot. Okay, next one. Here we go. We're moving down. Here we go. Boom. This might be my favorite. Beth, you knocked it out of the park with this one. Me talking about metal serial killers in horror movies. Everyone else at the bar. Isn't that great? That's the truth. That's what I think the ones that are the funniest are the truth. Okay? And every time, have you guys been in this situation before where you start talking about horror movies and you end up going down a rabbit hole with your friends and you start having regrets and you're like, oh my God, why did I even start talking about Evil Dead? And they're giving me that dog that's just been shown a card trick look, and it's not going to end well whatsoever. How do I crawl out of this misery? How did I get myself into this mess? I've been there. You know, that's part of the reason I started YouTube, is because I needed people like you to be able to talk about horror movies and you look like the guy at the top instead of the people at the bottom. You know? It's great. But man, I freaking love that meme. That's awesome. That's the truth. That's every horror fan right there. Can you guys relate to that? Jesus. Great one, Beth. Great one. Let's go. Next one. Here we go. Hold on. This was a good one too. Whoops. Sorry, kid. Wrong movie. Now, how would that be for a crossover, right? Like The Shining in the Saw world or vice versa, that would be pretty damn badass. Like, wouldn't that be like the ultimate Easter egg if they remade The Shining? You'd probably hate it anyway. I mean, I know there was a TV version of The Shining, and we've all seen Dr. Sleep. By the way, guys, I think Dr. Sleep's boring. Call me an asshole. Tell me I'm wrong. You're going to tell me I'm wrong because a lot of people love Dr. Sleep, but for some reason, and I was talking to my son about this too because he went and seen this with me, and I was like, Mike, am I wrong here? And he agreed with me. He was like, he said, Dad, here's the problem, okay? It is a good movie, but you and I, we went into this movie as me and my son are both fanatics of The Shining. Like, my son's not even a horror fan, but he loves The Shining. Like, he loves that movie. He's a big music guy, and he loves the music in The Shining, and he loves Jack Nicholson's performance, and he loves Kubrick. So, and I think that's the problem we had when we both went into Dr. Sleep. For some reason, and it's wrong on my part, as I was watching this movie, I kept comparing it to Kubrick's masterpiece. And I think I hurt myself. I think I hurt myself by doing that. See, Brett Stewart, he's already getting on to me. He knows. He knows what I'm talking about. Okay. So, no, Dr. Sleep is great. You know, but I'm going to give it another chance, okay? Maybe I'll give it another chance. Maybe I'll give it a revisited. Because if I watch it, I just burped again. If I watch it again, and I love it, I feel like I need to review it again. So maybe I'll do that. All right, we'll go to the next one though. But that one was great, you know. And I would love to see that. That would be great if like little Danny's like riding his big wheel, and then all of a sudden around the corner, here comes Billy. That'd be awesome. Okay, next one. Here we go. Now, this one, I mean, current events, guys, okay? You're old as fuck if you remember the real Unsolved Mysteries. Guys, I need you to give me some advice. I need your help. I need your help right now. I have no desire to watch the new Unsolved Mysteries just because Robert Stack is not in it. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, maybe they're using old footage of Robert Stack. I don't know. I haven't given it a chance yet, but no, I just have no desire to watch it because I need some Stack in my life, you know? If I don't have Stack in my life, then I can't watch it. Have you guys watched Unsolved Mysteries yet? Do you like it? Let me know. Will Huey says there was the Shining miniseries and it was much closer to the original book. Yeah, that's what I heard. We all know that Stephen King, he hates Kubrick's version of The Shining. Stephen King's wrong, by the way. He's completely wrong. He's off his rockers, what he is. Planning on watching it sometime, DJ Jones, this week, actually, Brett. I loved the creepy intro. Yeah, man, the Unsolved Mysteries intro is legendary. It's not the same, but the stories are great. Holly. Okay, all right. I watched one episode and fell asleep. Beth gets it. There you go. I can't do it. God damn it. All right, on to the next one. Man, maybe I'll give it a shot. Mikey Weiss says he likes it. He just watched the last episode. So I just, you know, it's not stacked. You know, it's not stacked, and I have a tough time with that. You call it something else because it might be good. But if you call it Unsolved Mysteries, then without Stack. Did you like Ronnie Den? Did you like Dennis Farina host Unsolved Mysteries? I never watched the Dennis Farina version. Dennis Farina passed away too a few years ago, didn't he? But no, I'm a Stack guy. That's the only version of Unsolved Mysteries I've ever watched. I remember watching the Crow episode of Unsolved Mysteries, which was a really good episode, and it came out pretty shortly. Couple years, I think, after the movie, and it was really interesting. So anyway, here we go. Next one. I got a bunch of good ones for you. We haven't even gotten to Chris Snyder's yet. Hold on. Here we go. Oh, I love this, and this is a good segue because both Beth and Chris Snyder sent me this one, and this is one that I saw making the rounds, I think, after the Halloween Kills news, but it's just hilarious because Donald Pleasance himself was a drinker, big time drinker. And then, you know, Sunday morning, we can all relate to this, right? There's so many people, they drink on Saturday night and then they go to church on Sunday morning. So, but that of course is from Prince of Darkness, the bottom. It's funny that they made Donald Pleasance a priest. I guess he looks like a priest. So, yeah. That's a good, you know, it's always fun to have a good Halloween meme in here. So, I can't do one of these without having a Halloween meme. So now we're going to jump over to Chris's. Thank you, Beth. That was very nice. Had a lot of good ones there. Here's Chris's first one. When you don't trust people because you've been burned too many times. We've all been there, okay? We've all had shitty friends. We've all had those moments in our life where we get burned. And I thought this was kind of funny because it's Chucky. And Chucky's burned. So, I thought that one was funny, though. Next one. Oh, I love this. This is too good. One of these people stalked Laurie Strode through a hospital all night, and the other one is Michael Myers. Nobody ever talks about that. How Jimmy just kept like creeping into her room, and he, you know, Jimmy's a good-looking guy, so I get it. He's trying to hook up, but when she was asleep, he would just stand there and stare at her. That's kind of creepy, you know? Like, what are you doing, Jimmy? Jesus. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. She's no Sharon Stone. All right. Another Halloween one for you, though. Really good. Really good. Next week. Is Chris still in here? Or did Chris leave? I think he left. Maybe he left. Maybe it was too late. I don't know. I know Chris is doing a stream of his own. Or maybe he already did the stream. I don't know. So, anyway, on to the next one. Here we go. I got two more for you, okay, guys? Two more. I like this. This is funny, actually. House of 1 Million Corpses. That's great. Don't you? What the hell happened to Austin Powers? Because they were gonna do a fourth one, but then something happened. I don't know. Ronnie Dent, I completely agree, man. Jimmy was a weird character. I think he was a little creepy, just a little creepy, you know. And I think we didn't notice how creepy he was because he's a good-looking guy, you know. So we were able to let it pass. But if Jimmy would have been like, you know, if Jimmy would have looked like your uncle, like one of you guys' uncle, then it could have been creepy. It could have been more creepy. Yeah, the Jimmy cut. That's good. House of 1 Million Corpses. I like the scene in Austin Powers. Like, tell me your favorite scene in Austin Powers. I like the one where in the first movie when he's in the I don't know what that truck was. We'll call it a forklift or something like that. But he's like trying to get away, and he backs up and then moves forward and then backs up and then moves forward and then backs up and then moves forward. It was really funny. And I like how they'd like poke fun at the extras in the movie. So many, man, Austin Powers, man, it was huge. I don't know if you guys remember how huge Austin Powers was at one time. Like, I remember there was one that came out in 99. I think that was part 2. Am I right? And it came out like the same year as Phantom Menace. And it was really, like it said, if you see one movie this year, see Star Wars. But if you've already seen Star Wars, see Austin Powers 2. That was like the promo ad for it. I can't believe it's been that long since Austin Powers. It's been 20 years. That's insane. Oh my God. Get in my belly. Fat Bastard, man. Like if Fat Bastard, if that would have came out today, can you imagine all the Fat Bastard memes that would be out there? Because memes weren't a thing back then. But Fat Bastard was like made for themes. I mean, he had so many great one-liners. I loved Fat Bastard. He was hilarious. I give you the mojo, you give me the baby. He wanted to eat babies. Think about that. All 3 Austin Powers soundtracks are getting released for Record Store Day. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, because that's some great music on... like Madonna had a hit song, like Beautiful Stranger. A lot of great music on the Austin Powers movies, though. Fuck me, fuck you. I don't know if they'd get away with that today. Twins, Basil, twins. Like, answer that question for me. Could they make Austin Powers today with the humor that was in Austin Powers? In this sensitive PC world that we live in. Could they make it today? I don't know if they could. Mole. Elizabeth Hurley is still hot. That's what's crazy. 20 years later, she still looks the same. It's insane. I just remember Beyonce was in the third one, and she was okay. I mean, they didn't really do too much with her, but you know, you wouldn't be able to make fun of fat people. Yeah, there you go. They could not make it today because people would be offended, you know. And I was laughing my ass off, you know. I just didn't take it seriously, you know. It's just, that's what Austin Powers is. It's an escape. It's fun, you know. Mole, 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 mole. Doug's World, yeah, man. I mean, I could literally just, I could rattle off so many one-liners from the Austin Powers movies, and there's so many characters that, like, what was a Goldmember? Goldmember was hilarious, and he had like he had all the freaking the scabs that he kept picking off of his face. Oh god, Mike Myers, man, what a freaking comedic genius he was back then. All right, well, I could talk Austin Powers all day, guys. All right, here we go. Could they remake Airplane? Hell no, they couldn't. Airplane is one of the funniest movies ever made. God, I freaking love. Still to this day, Airplane, one of the funniest. Top 5, easily. Ham on 5, Hold the Mail. You're damn right, I'm serious. And Don't Call Me Shirley. My favorite part. What's your favorite scene in Airplane? My favorite scene is when there's so many funny scenes, but when there's like all this chaos going on, and then this like fresh set of breasts just like gets in front of the camera, and then it comes. I was like, where in the hell did that come from? Oh god, I freaking love Airplane. It's so funny. They don't make comedies like that anymore either. Like Airplane was kind of the start of those parody movies, but it was like, it wasn't parodying any particular movie. It was its own thing. And it's like they don't have the creativity to make movies that funny these days. They just don't. Like the Girl Scout scene, how great is that? Like, I don't think they definitely couldn't make this movie today. The Girl Scout scene is freaking hilarious. Though they're in the bar, and you got the Saturday Night Live dance, and he's like dancing, and then all of a sudden in the background you see these Girl Scouts like beating the shit out of each other. It's great. Oh man, Airplane. Maybe we should do an Airplane commentary one, but I'd be laughing the whole time, you know. I'd be laughing. Best spoof movie, I'd probably say Not Another Teen Movie. That one's really great. Blow Up Autopilot, yeah, that's a really good one too. And how do you blow up the autopilot? the crotchal region. And what's funny is the autopilot, he's like, once he's fully blown up, he's like smiling and he's like smoking a cigarette. Oh god, man, funnies are good this week, guys. Jesus, you did a good job. Chris and Beth. All right, last one. Leprechaun Air. Need I say more? Oh, that's great. We need that movie right there, right? Like, how great is Con Air? You know, I've never seen any of the Leprechaun movies, and I don't have a desire to. It's just one of those franchises I just cannot get it. Hot Shots! Oh my god, yes. Hot Shots is freaking great. Part 2? I just love in Part 2 when he's like, you know, obviously he's Rambo, and he's like talking, and he's like, he's got his knife, and he's like picking at the boat as he's talking, and then all of a sudden, the water just like spits out. Oh god, that was so good. So funny. Both those Hot Shots movies are great. The first one is kind of like a spoof of Top Gun, and then they had remember they had like the 9.5 Weeks parody scene in there, and they're like eating all this food, and she like takes an entire piece of pizza and like shoves it in her mouth or something like that. Was great. Good one. Okay, Con Air, man. All right, let me open this back up. I think that's the last funny, guys. But man, Leprechaun Air, dude. Put the bunny back in the box. Right? Con Air's got some really great one-liners too. Like, it's a funny action movie, you know? All right, let me go back over here. Jesus. How fun was that, guys, right? Gee, man, a lot of good funnies today. Jesus. No, bless you, Mickey. Bless you, brother. Yeah. Naked Gun. Oh, man. When they're putting the condom on and, like, it's an entire condom over his whole goddamn body. Oh, Jesus. Jesus. Man, I'm always like so... Are you guys hungry after these things? Or you're probably eating during these things. I can't eat during these things because you'll hear me crunching. And I hate that. Lee, do you remember the movie Men at Work with... yes, I do. With Emilio Estevez and Charlie Sheen. Oh, my God. We could just talk comedies if you guys want. Jesus. Because I got a few comedies I could totally mention. The one thing I remember about Men at Work is there's a joke in there that's also in Better Off Dead. The joke is, man, that's a real shame folks throwing away a perfectly good white boy like that. That joke was actually in Better Off Dead as well, which is kind of weird. Like both movies had the same joke. So I'm wondering if I'd like to know the behind the scenes on that. Like, was it the same writer? I don't know. It's kind of weird. But it's a funny joke, but it's just weird when you see it in two movies. Better Off Dead happens to be one of my favorite comedies. Like, if you guys haven't seen Better Off Dead, it's not only a funny comedy, but it's got some heart in it, and it's just 100% total 80s. Like, I freaking love. Oh, there's Chris. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, those were good. I had some good ones this week. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Beth. 5:43 Deadhead. Yep, time for another ice cold. I'm gonna switch. What if I'm gonna drink both of them? Like, watch this. Hold on, here we go. Oh, that was weird. I just drank a Monster, kept it in my mouth, and then drank the Coke and mixed it around. I just changed my religion. That was freaking crazy. That was weird. It kind of tastes good. Oh my God, Ricky. Jesus. I'm going to do that again. Hold on. I like it. It's good. It's really good. I might have cancer. I don't know. That was strange. That was really weird. That's a man right there. Yeah. I don't know if I'm a man. I don't know what I am. After doing that, it was really strange. I felt uncomfortable inside. I felt like liquid was violating my insides as it went down. It was very strange. I don't know how I'm going to sleep tonight, Brett. It's really weird. Jesus. We got what do we got? Like 30 minutes left? Less than 30 minutes. Winter Snow Pinot. Lee, what's your favorite romantic comedy? Now we're talking. Probably romantic comedy. See, I mean, you could kind of consider Better Off Dead a romantic comedy. Just because he spends the entire movie just completely obsessed with Beth, his girlfriend that just broke up with him. And meanwhile, the girl that he should be is right there in front of him the whole time. And so he ends up falling in love with her in the end. And it's a great story. It's a sweet story. That one, another one that I really love is Some Kind of Wonderful. I've always been a big fan of that movie. And I consider it a comedy. But it's another one of those movies where, oh my God, it's kind of the same plot, actually. He's obsessed with Amanda Jones throughout the whole movie. And at the end, he realizes this isn't the girl for me. The girl for me has been right there with me the whole time, and she happens to play the drums, which I thought was cool. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Some Kind of Wonderful. I think that's probably my favorite romantic comedy. Love that one. Love it very much. Scott Sinisaro, what's the worst thing you've seen in Iraq? I didn't go to Iraq. I went to Afghanistan. I think the worst thing I saw in Afghanistan was just like little kids coming up to me and begging me for water, and that just breaks your heart. That's you see these people that live a completely different lifestyle than you do. So, yeah, it's I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's sad. It's really sad, So that's probably the worst thing I saw over there. Luckily, and plus I was in the Air Force, so you don't see as much like it's not like the Army, the Marines, so you're not like front and center in the action, I guess you could say, but you're still serving, which is really cool. You're there's still the element of danger when you're over there for sure. I went outside enemy lines quite a few times, in a convoy, and there's a pucker factor there, but luckily I came home safe. Naked Gun 3, nice beaver. I just had it stuffed. Jesus. Nazgo, what's up, man? He says, do you think Jamie Lee Curtis has both reproductive organs? I have no idea. I don't really know what's under Jamie Lee Curtis's clothes, and I don't really care. East 2184, Lee, what are some of your favorite John Candy movies? Let me go back up here. Well, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is great. I liked him in, even though he had a kind of a small part, I really liked him in National Lampoon's Vacation, of course. Home Alone, he's great in Home Alone, which I heard he was kind of pissed in Home Alone because I think he only got paid like $500 or something like that for Home Alone, because he was told that he would only be needed for like a day, and then he ended up working a lot longer than, they needed him like more than he thought they were going to need him. So, Doves Movie Reviews, what's up, man? Blood Red Skies, I'm sorry, man, I wasn't ignoring your super chats. Sometimes I just miss them. I can scroll. Now, I caught a couple of your super chats going up there. Let me scroll back up. Let me see if I've seen any. Here we go. You missed my first chat saying mix Coke and Monster. Did you really say that? Damn. Well, I give you full credit for that then. Hell. Isn't that funny that you asked me to mix Coke and Monster, and without even seeing it, I mixed Coke and Monster? That's crazy. Yeah, Great Outdoors is a great one. Yeah, for sure. I've never seen Blues Brothers. Can you believe that? And I go to Universal Studios all the time, but I've never seen Blues Brothers. Funny enough. Kind of crazy. Who's Harry Crumb? Never seen that. Like, I haven't seen every John Candy movie. But, yeah, John Candy was great. Armed and Dangerous. That's a really good... Is that the one with Meg Ryan? That one's a really good one. Meg Ryan, man, she had a really big run there back in, like, the 90s. Late 80s. Yeah, I always liked Meg Ryan. You ever played the Friday the 13th game? No, unfortunately, I'm not a big gamer. And mostly that's just because of time. Like, it's funny, I was talking to my son about Last of Us, because everybody's been talking about Last of Us, and that was kind of the first time I've actually been curious to play a game, just because I'm interested in diving into what the story is of Last of Us. Like, everybody's been talking about it. So I was kind of curious to dive it, but he was telling me that I think, what is it, something like 10 hours or something like that for the first game, and something like 20 something hours for the second game. I'm not sure. So I'm definitely no expert whatsoever in terms of games, though. Jason Nike, what's up, man? He jumped in here. He's working on a Friday the 13th video. Man, Jason, check out his channel, guys. He's been cranking out some videos lately. He just did one for Over the Top, which was cool. But man, yeah, good on you, Jason, man. He's just going after it. He's got the right attitude, Antonio Lee, what is your least favorite movie? Mine is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Everybody who worked. Let me go back up here. Hold on. Did I miss that? Oh, no, I didn't miss it. Hold on. Everybody who worked on that movie should be punished. Well, I mean, wasn't that was like a Tim Burton production, right? I didn't really care. I didn't hate Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I didn't think it compared to the original, but I thought Johnny Depp looked kind of weird in that part, which Johnny Depp, he plays weird quite often, and most of the time when he plays weird it works, but for that one, for some reason, for me, it didn't really do anything. I think Gene Wilder, just, you don't top Gene Wilder's performance. So, it's not my least favorite, but what would my least favorite movie be? Wow. That's a tough one. Least favorite movie. Damn. I'm really going to have to give this one some thought. Like, just straight up least favorite movie. Because I usually avoid like bad movies like The Plague. And I'm trying to think of a movie that like made me angry. And it's hard for me to even like think of one. It's weird. I don't know. I'm going to have to come back to that question. I'm sure something will pop in my head. But I think Seed of Chucky might be my least favorite movie. That movie made me angry. So maybe Seed of Chucky. Let me see. Let me go back up here. I think I had another super chat. Canadian Wolfman. He says, ever seen Grave Encounters? Nice Canadian found footage horror film similar to Ganjam Haunted Asylum, South Korean. Yeah. That Wolfman, I was literally just talking about you earlier, that I was going to be reviewing Ganjam Haunted Asylum, South Korean horror film, which I'm really looking forward to because I love South Korean horror. But I've heard of Grave Encounters, but no, I've never seen it. But I've always been curious about it. I didn't even know Grave Encounters was a found footage movie. When did Grave Encounters come out? Does that predate Blair Witch Project? It's one of those, I've always heard of the title, but I've just never bothered to look for it. Marty McFly, bring back Derek Mears for Friday the 13th. I completely agree. I think that would be a very smart move on their part to bring back Derek Mears. He deserves the part. Derek Mears is freaking amazing. And I mean, arguably one of the best Jasons out of the bunch. So I would love to see a return of Derek Mears for sure. Horror Spot says, are you ready for Halloween the holiday? And do you think they're going to have Halloween or Horror Nights open this year? No, I don't. I really don't think they'll do. Just because of the current state that we're in, it just gets worse and worse and worse. So, and it makes me think of conventions too, because they just announced that Spooky Empire, they canceled it this year. And I'm kind of glad they did, because going to a horror convention wearing a mask, and wearing a mask, believe me, that's the right thing to do. I wear my mask everywhere now, but just going to a horror convention and not, having to wear a mask and, celebrities wearing a mask, I think it would just take something away from the experience. So, but as far as like looking forward to Halloween this year, yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm sure it won't be like every year, obviously, but yeah, I always look forward to Halloween. I always look forward to, because we horror fans, we make it our own. We find ways to enjoy the holiday. We watch our horror movies, and it's. I always get excited in terms of my channel for Halloween, because it kind of forces me to get creative and think outside the box and try to come up with different projects and things to do for the month. Just even if it's like my backdrop, like I think the last 2 years, my wife has helped me like redesign my backdrop specifically for October. So I love the spirit of Halloween. I just get into it, I think I like trick-or-treaters. I love it when trick-or-treaters come to the door, all that stuff. I really get into the holiday. It's fun. Sometimes I get dressed up as Myers, which you could do that because you're wearing a mask, right? So, yeah. No scary movies coming out this hot. Yeah, that's gonna be the weird thing because usually in the theaters there's always like scary movies coming out. So, but I wonder if they'll have some nice scary movies on VOD. Because there's always tons of horror movies that come to VOD. It seems like there's more horror than any other genre coming to VOD. So I think that there's new stuff out there to find. So Aaron Click, Lee, do you like movies that are so bad they're good, like Troll 2, The Room, Planet? Yeah, I love. It's always fun to watch a movie that's so bad it's good that you can kind of laugh at it while you're watching it. For me personally, I can't like. They exist like The Room, of course, but it's hard for me to come up with 10 so bad they're good. Like so bad they're bad. There's tons of those, but so bad they're good. I mean, that's a tough nut to crack, and it almost has to be an accident. Unless you go into it meaning to make it so bad that it's good. Like I think the perfect example, and it's completely intentional, is Kung Pao Enter the Fist. Kung Pao Enter the Fist is one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. And it's because of how horrible it is, but it knows what it is, and it pokes fun and celebrates martial arts films from like the 70s. And the main character is hilarious in it. It go like it's one of those movies you're laughing so hard you start aching in the sides. You laugh too much, but it's so great. Grave Encounters came out in 2011. Also, let me go back up here. Also, you should watch Them. Yeah, I remember the message about Them. Them has actually been on my Amazon Prime watch list forever. I have planned on watching that movie, Them, which is, I hear The Strangers is kind of a loose remake of Them. And Them is a foreign film. It's a French film. So, that's one that I've always been curious to watch, but just never gotten around to it. But I hear it's really good. Let's see. Justin Harris says, not sure if you missed me, but I asked the director of Jason Goes to Hell, Adam Marcus, on Twitter if the unrated version would get a standalone release, and he said he doesn't know. Oh, I think that if I remember correctly, going back through the special features, there are 2 discs for Jason Goes to Hell, and I believe one of them is the unrated cut, a standalone release. So, let me see. Chris Snyder, favorite coming of age movie. Mine is between The Goonies and Stand By Me. Probably Stand By Me. Yeah, that's an easy answer. Stand By Me, man. That's a movie I've seen so many times, and I love it to death. I get sad about River Phoenix every time I watch it, but I think it's just because it's so relatable. And Stephen King wrote it about his own childhood, but I mean, we can all relate to like when we were in middle school and we had friends. And especially like when I grew up in the 80s, when I was in middle school, it was like the mid 80s. And, I kind of lived that life. Like in that movie, they're walking the railroad tracks and they're looking for the dead body. And, I grew up doing that in Mississippi, just walking railroad tracks, walking in the woods with my friends. And just, it was probably some of the best times of my life, and there's that, it's that innocence before you become an adult, or you become, before you become aware of everything around you, before you discover girls, I guess, like really discover girls. So yeah, Stand By Me. That's an easy answer. Filthy Dan's film discussion. Is there any movie that ever made you cry, like really cry? Oh, I'm sure there's quite a few actually. My Girl is one. Sure on that. Yeah, My Girl's a really emotional one. What was that one with the little kid and Jim Carrey? I remember that one, man. That one choked me up big time. Help me out, guys. It came out in like the mid 90s, and it was the little kid, and he had like a disability, and Jim Carrey was in it. I can't. It's gonna drive me crazy. But that movie, oh my God, it's brutal. And Ashley Judd is in it, I think, and he had like a crush on Ashley Judd in the movie. And Jim Carrey plays like the adult version of the kid's best friend. But man, that movie chokes me up every time. I'm sure one of you guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, Green Mile's a sad one. Titanic actually made me cry. Simon Birch, thank you very much, Chris Snyder. Simon Birch, that's it, man. That movie freaking destroyed me. It's a beautiful movie, but man, it's sad. There's a few moments in Shawshank Redemption that kind of get me choked up a little bit, you know, because Shawshank Redemption, it's about friendship. You know, this beautiful friendship between Red and Andy Dufresne throughout the whole movie. And there's one line in the movie when Andy breaks out, and then later Red gets out, and he doesn't feel right. He feels sad. And there's a line that he says, "I guess I just miss my friend." And man, I just choke up every time during that scene. It's just so beautiful. So beautiful. Jason Nike says, I will have my shout outs for my Friday the 13th video to Brett Stewart, Mac Facci, Lee McCoy, Nick Cooling, Brea Organa, and DJ Clement. Yeah. Awesome, man. Awesome. The Canadian Wolfman, he says, Asian chick from Jason Takes Manhattan is Lady Deathstrike. Yes, I knew that. Yeah. Random info. Also, just binged the Sleepaway Camps. I love Angela. Yeah, I love the first two Sleepaway Camps. The third one, I always have a tough time getting through it for some reason. But yet, I still feel like I want to give it a watch again because I love Sleepaway Camp. But man, I love the first two. And they're so different from each other. It's great. Yeah, Shawshank Redemption makes me cry at the end. Yeah, man, Shawshank Redemption is just beautiful. What a beautiful movie. One of the greatest movies, and I believe it still holds the top rating on IMDb, which it has held since, like, what, probably 15, 20 years now? You know, it's still, I think, the highest rated movie on IMDb. It's a movie that everybody should watch at least once in their life, and I've seen it so many times. You know, it's just a beautiful movie. Man, we're almost done. I didn't even get to talk about music. Like the music. I will say, what I've been listening throughout the week, Silverchair. Any Silverchair fans in here? They're a band that like nobody ever talks about. And I've always been a big Silverchair fan. I followed them since their first album, Frog Stomp. They were literally 14 years old, I think, when they recorded that album. Think about it this way. Silverchair had a greatest hits album out by the time they were 21 years old. I mean, that's how talented that band was. And I think they put out 5 albums, and with every album they evolved. You know, and I think a lot of people didn't like their last couple of albums because they got very, very experimental. Did I miss it? Oh, I missed your second super chat, Brett. Brett, let me see. Hold on. Let me go back up here. Let me see if I can. There it is. I forgot to mention on last super chat. Definitely add Hell House LLC to your watch list. Still shocked you haven't seen it. You know what, Brett? I actually, and I can show you right here. Just yesterday. Because I always screen cap things that I feel like I need to get to. Let me see if I can find it here. I screen capped it on my phone, your post, because I wanted to remind myself to watch this movie because it looked really interesting. Is that it? Yeah, there it is right there. So let me pull this up. Yeah. I screen capped it right there because I want to check out this movie. It looks really interesting. LLC. I can't believe Hell House. I've never seen that. Like, I've never even heard of it, I don't think. Gaz Taylor actually posted it. So, yeah, it's definitely on my list. I'm very curious. Very curious. But, yeah, I was talking about Silverchair. And I found this I'm going to play something for you here that I found. You ever go on like Spotify and you search for a band and then all of a sudden you find like there's a tribute album to that band? Well, there's a tribute album to Silverchair. And so I'm going to play you a little bit of it. It's heavy. It's heavy, okay? Let me find it here. Hold on. If you got Spotify, I'd recommend just paying the $5 a month, because then you can look up anything you want. You have the entire music library world at your disposal, and I love it. And I have my own playlists in here. But yeah, here is, I'll play this one for you. Now, this is a cover of a Silverchair song called Freak. See, now they kind of turned it into like a hardcore version of the song, which you don't really need to turn it into a hardcore version of the song. So I think I prefer the original version better. But yeah, really. Have you guys heard of Dance Gavin Dance? Jason, what's up, man? Cinema Reviews. Yeah, I usually do these on Thursday nights, but I'm helping my daughter move. So I postponed it to tonight. So, but normally these are going to be on Thursday nights for sure. If you've, I want to play another song for you guys. Hold on, here we go. This is, and I actually played this in one of my patron vlogs, but I have to show this band off. Hold on, where's it at? Where's it at? Dance Gavin Dance. They've been around forever too. Actually, here's the newest single by them, Prisoner. I'm going to get you to the chorus. The chorus in this song is so damn catchy. Isn't that great? Man, the lead singer's name is Tillian. What a freaking voice, though. Jesus. As you can tell, I like a lot of different types of music. I really do. I mean, I'll talk about Kiss, freaking talk about Dance Gavin Dance. Sometimes I'll talk about freaking Charlie Daniels Band. We were talking about that last week. You know, that old traditional country. But man, I just love music. I love all different types of music. Maybe it's because I am a musician myself. I don't know. I saw a question up there. Somebody was asking where I'm from. I grew up in Mississippi. I lived in Mississippi, Columbus, Mississippi, until I was 18 years old, and then I joined the military. Jeff, the name of this, the song is called Prisoner by the band Dance Gavin Dance. Prisoner, Dance Gavin Dance. It's like their latest single. But man, that freaking chorus is insane. So good. And I like the video too. The video for the song is really, it's kind of funny, but it's really good. Very well done video. Yeah. So yeah, Ashley likes that one. Yeah, definitely check out. I'm gonna play you one more. This is the type of band Dance Gavin Dance is. I love playing music for you guys. Hold on. Here we go. Hold on. I have another Dance Gavin Dance song on here. I'll play this one, okay? This one's called Variation, okay? I think you guys will like this, all right? Trust me. Hold on.
Can
We're going to talk about punk bands here in just a second. What are you looking at? Isn't that good? That's good stuff, though. Punk bands. Somebody was asking me about punk bands. I used to be in a punk band. Back in 2003, I was in a band. One of the best experiences of my life, actually. Opened my mind to music. These guys did. Garrett, Dave, Nathan, all these guys were just freaking Nick, great friends. And I was in a band with these wonderful people, and they turned me on to bands like At the Drive-In, Mars Volta. Jesus, there were so many. We did so many. Target. There's a band called. I'd have to pull up my list. We had a whole playlist of punk bands that we would play. That band was Dance Gavin Dance, Jason. That was Dance Gavin Dance. The song was Variation. Okay. But Rise Against. I mean, oh my God, there were so many freaking punk bands that they turned me on to. It was just a great period of my life. And yeah, I love punk music, post-punk music. There's, because punk had like a couple of different movements. Of course, you had like the 70s movement, post-disco movement, and then you had this other movement that was kind of in like the early 2000s. And I think there's always been like this underground punk movement. Even in the 80s, you had like the Dead Kennedys, the Dead Milkmen, all these different bands. But man, yeah, I love At the Drive-In though. We actually covered 3 At the Drive-In songs. One Arm Scissor, which is a great freaking song. One Arm Scissor. Canberra, and there was one other that we did. I can't remember the name of it, but man, yeah, I love At the Drive-In. The 2 members from At the Drive-In ended up going into Mars Volta, which is another band I freaking love. So, yeah. I love music, guys. I freaking love music, okay? Man, I feel like I want to play a freaking... let me play another song for you guys. Hold on. I'm going to play At the Drive-In for you guys so you can get a taste of it. Yeah, here we go. At the Drive-In. Here's One Arm Scissor, okay? One Arm Scissor. Here we go.
Yes, this is the campaign slithered in trails in the cargo bay. A new turd is the bass man's hollow vacuum chuck the oxygen tanks. They hibernate, but how they kiss the ground, pucker up and kiss the asphalt now. Tease this amputation, splinter.
It's about to get crazy. Isn't that great? That's freaking great. Jesus, that gets me freaking pumped up every time I hear it. At the Drive-In. They did Conan O'Brien. Look up At the Drive-In Conan O'Brien. At the end of the song, they played that song. The couple of the band members literally ran behind their stacks, just left the stage as Conan O'Brien is walking up on the stage. It was total punk. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, Jason, man, that freaking album. Relationship of Command. I think that's the name of the album. Yeah, that is a freaking amazing album. Great stuff. That's easily their best album too, but man, great stuff. But I think that's it, guys. I think we're going to hang it up. That was a really fun stream with you guys. I loved talking about music, and I could do a whole stream about music if you guys ever want to. I freaking love talking music, and it would take me 2 hours just to get through. I thought about doing this like months and months ago. I was going to give you my entire musical journey from when I got my first cassette tapes for Christmas I got were Prince and Quiet Riot. And I think that is so telling of my musical journey, because you couldn't think of two totally different artists, but they pretty much personified the direction that I was going musically, because I love metal, but I also am a massive Prince fan, and I love Michael Jackson, and I just love music. I'm just a music fanatic. So I was actually going to do a stream and just talk about my chronological history of music up until now, because I freaking love music. So anyway, guys, that's it. We're going to hang it up for tonight. It's been over 2 hours. I had a blast doing this on the weekend, but I will be back, hopefully. I think we're going to be done with the move, hopefully by Thursday. So I will be back this Thursday night. New theme. We're going to be doing the same bullshit we always do. We're going to talk about funnies. We'll talk about music. And we'll just, shoot the shit like we always do. A lot of fun. Maybe one day I can get Jason from Sinister Cinema Reviews to join me on this thing. Anyway, guys, you guys have a great freaking night. Love you guys. All right? Take care of each other.